Hi guys, Jay Nice on the mic. It is trying to steady my tripod. Today is election day, or inauguration day, not election day. Today is January 20th, 2017, and I am in Atlanta, Georgia, and I felt like it was imperative to make this video for a couple reasons. Because the Obamas are officially out of the White House, which is a sad, sad event. Today is a sad, sad day. You guys may or may not know, I did not vote for Donald Trump, like millions of you. And I'm, disappointed to see him come into office. And, it's not about, no matter whether you voted for Donald Trump or not, I think we can all mutually agree that Obama was instrumental in instilling a sense of hope and faith in us as a society and as a nation. The first time that I ever voted was in the most historic election of our lifetime. I, as a Black person, was instrumental in electing the first Black person that this country has ever seen. And obviously, most of us didn't only elect Obama because he was Black, but just seeing Barack and seeing his wife and seeing his daughters scandal-free, they were an excellent representation of Black America. They were just such a beautiful family. That really brings a sense of joy and peace to be able to look at them and say anything is possible. Even if you didn't vote for Obama, I feel like, unless you're racist, I feel like just seeing that this man, in a sense, rose from nothing to become the most powerful person in the world makes you feel like, wow, anything is possible. So I think that Obama's election gave many Black people this false sense of hope. And there's this rhetoric going around that Obama didn't do enough for Black people. I actually got into a little dispute, I guess you could say, or disagreement with someone that I know. He posted, so this particular individual posted a picture this morning, and in the picture there was a black neighborhood, and one side of the picture said the Black community before Obama got elected. It looked run down. In the next picture, it said the Black community after Obama got elected, and the picture was the exact same. So obviously the picture was insinuating that Obama didn't do anything to better the Black community. And coupled with the picture, this individual that I knew wrote, y'all want to say Obama changed this and changed that, F out of here, and just, all of this about how Obama did nothing. So, I had to comment. And for those of you guys who know me, and even watch my channel, you know that my YouTube channel is not very political. My sister is really into politics. My brother's into politics. I'm not really into that. I just feel like it's become very divisive, and I don't like to put myself in the politics realm. I don't like to discuss politics, but when I see people posting things that I think are blatantly false, I just have to call people on their BS. So I created this video for any of those of you who are out here saying Obama didn't do enough for Black people. And let me preface this first by saying my one qualm with Obama's whole presidency was that I feel like Obama was the most powerful person in the world, and arguably, and he had a platform to spark racial conversations, and I feel like he had several missed opportunities where he could have had very constructive conversations about race, and I don't think that he took full advantage of that. But that is my only issue with Obama, essentially. So I wanted to make this video a very brief list of everything that Obama has done for not only the Black community, but also for minorities. So the first thing that Obama has done for minorities and essentially Black people is he started something called the Jumpstart Our Business Startup Act. It's like the Jobs Act, Jumpstart Our Business Startup Act, which is essentially it allows small businesses and startups to get investments, which prior to this Jobs Act was not possible. So that's one thing that Obama has done. The second thing that Obama has done for Black people is the My Brother's Keeper initiative, which is essentially an initiative to improve in many different ways the lives of Black males. And if you guys want to read more about it, I'll leave a link below so you can read more about My Brother's Keeper, the My Brother's Keeper initiative. The third thing that Barack Obama has done for Black people is something that is personally near and dear to my heart: Obamacare. You have to get off your parents' insurance by the age of 23. So that extended the length of time that kids could stay on their parents' insurance. And on top of that, for many of us young people and minorities, Black people, who are making we were not making a substantial amount of money. So I was not getting any type of coverage insurance through my jobs, but I was not making enough to qualify for Medicaid at the time, yet I wasn't getting insurance through my job because I was tutoring. So I essentially didn't have insurance. And because of Obamacare, I was able to qualify and get insurance. So I was insured for 3 years when I would not have had insurance had it not been for Obamacare. Obamacare is benefiting so many Black people, so many minorities. So that in itself is something that most of us Black people, most minorities are benefiting from. So I don't know if this is 5 or 4, but the next thing that Obama has done for Black people is something called the American Opportunity Tax Credit. So when you do your taxes, this is a tax credit that essentially allows lower income families to get more money back when they do their taxes. Prior to Obama coming into office, this was not something that was available. Something else called the Earned Income Credit, which I've gotten on my taxes and I've received the benefits from, is another tax break that's put in place to help low income and struggling families, many of whom are Black, many of whom are minorities. Another thing that Obama has done for Black people is that he essentially lessened the penalty for crack versus cocaine. And I'll put an article below in case you guys are interested in reading more about that, because I don't want to go too much on a tangent in this video, and I want to keep this video relatively short. Another thing that Obama has done for the Black community is a program called HAMP, which is the Home Affordable Modification Program Act or program, which is essentially it essentially makes home ownership easier for lower income families. It does this by lowering the annual mortgage insurance premiums. So in essence, it's making home ownership easier for minorities, making home ownership easier for Black people. Another thing that Obama has done for Black people is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Payday loan companies, mortgage companies, credit card companies are not able to have these hidden fees. This is particularly beneficial for Black people because if you know anything about payday loan companies, the only places that have payday loan companies are lower income, typically Black communities are where you see payday loan companies are rampant. So if you are in a bind and you find yourself taking out a payday loan, before they had a lot of hidden fees and predatory fees. Now, thanks to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, that is no longer able to continue. So those are some things that Barack Obama has done for black people. So if you ever hear someone saying Barack Obama didn't do enough for black people, read them that list. Tell them some of those things on that list. Oh, and he also increased the minimum wage. So all of those things directly benefited minorities, directly benefited black people. So this rhetoric that he did nothing to help or advance the black community is just false. He was instrumental in putting a lot of policies in place that ultimately benefit black people. But I think black people were looking for him to essentially be the voice of racism and spark these conversations, which I do feel like he had many opportunities to bring up race or make race more of a prevalent issue in the conversation. But you know, he's done a lot of things through his policies that have benefited and helped black people. So this idea that he has not done anything to help us is just false. Let me know what you guys think, how you feel about the new president. And it doesn't even feel right saying that. It just feels like, let me know how you guys feel, whether you protested. I'm in Atlanta right now. I was thinking of participating in like a women's march that's going on tomorrow. But I don't know if I can make it out there. A lot of my students were actually going to DC to protest, which I thought was so dope. I know in New York we're protesting. If I was in New York now, I would have probably been part of some type of protest. So let me know what you guys think, whether you watched the inauguration, what you thought, whether you like the memes, whether you agree with me. I love you guys, and I will check you guys out next time.